Hey YouTube, it's me for 1000 Me, and this time I'm coming back with a review about Cirque du Soleil. Sorry, I live across the street from a hospital. Cirque du Soleil, the Immortal Michael Jackson tour. And it was so good, you guys. It was so good. I wish you could have been there with me. First, some backstory, some history about Cirque du Soleil. It was founded by a man who lived in Canada, probably Montreal or Toronto, and he was a street performer, like a juggler, and he wanted to get together and create his own circus that had more to do with street performing and acrobats and people from around the world. And not so much the way traditional, I would say, American circuses are, like Barnum and Bailey, where you have the lions and the tigers and the bears and the animal taming. That's all gone. There aren't really clowns per se, you know. And I think he started it maybe 16, 17 years ago. Please don't quote me on the dates, but he used to struggle and maybe had a bout or two with homelessness, but now he's a billionaire many times over. And I've always wanted to go and see his amazing show, but generally the shows revolve around a piece of music or someone's catalog. Like he has one dedicated to Elvis and I want to say the Beatles. So although I do love, you know, the Beatles, I don't know if I can hang in there for 2 hours worth of the Beatles or 2 hours worth of Elvis. But Michael Jackson, I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. So I bought my ticket last year around Thanksgiving and just went to see them over the weekend, and it was marvelous, wonderful, splendid, beautiful, awesome, like, and when I say wonderful, I was full of wonder, I was full of awe. It was just the greatest thing. Now let me tell you, it was 2 hours of Michael Jackson songs and acrobats and dancers and performers of all, you know, ages and abilities, because there was a nice young man, he didn't have the bottom left leg, but he could work it out on these crutches that he had. Yeah, I mean, it was just the most amazing thing I've seen. I would rank this right behind, like, I can't even compare apples and oranges to another concert. Like, of course my all-time favorite concert will be Sade. But you can't compare these two because one is total performance. But I really felt like we were having Michael Jackson church. Everybody in there was a Michael Jackson geek. While everybody else was probably going to see Batman, the Michael Jackson geeks were holding it down in the United Center in Chicago. It was just a spirit. Like, I really believe his spirit was in the building. Like, people were yelling, "I love you, Michael! I love you! I love you!" And it was in that instance, like, you know how you sometimes forget that he's gone. And he was there. And they did things with curtains and projecting his image on curtains that you just felt like his spirit was there. So, I mean, my two favorite performances were Dangerous. There was this woman who did like this great performance with a pole. Yes, a pole. It was very erotic. It was very classy. When you think of somebody on a pole, I don't want you to think like stripper. This is total performance. Beautiful. Wasn't nobody, you know, she wasn't making it rain and all. No. This is beautiful artistry. And my other favorite performance They were all wonderful, but these two stood out the most. Where it was human nature. Like, that is probably one of my all-time favorite Michael songs. But what they did with it, these aerial artists did like all this magical movement in the air with and it looked like ballet in the air. It was all synchronized, and it was wonderful, and it was just beautiful. Like, the creative director is awesome. They have been called to do this type of work. I mean, it just left me like, all the slow songs, they treated really, really, really well. You know, like, I got chills. I cried a lot of the time during the concert, because let me give you some backstory about myself. Big Michael Jackson fan, but I never got to see him in concert. Like, I would imagine 80% of the planet, no, I would say 90% of the planet never got to see him in concert or live. We saw him through TV, his videos, you know, the radio, computer. So I was over there crying for a lot of it. Like, I don't know if I can handle it. Like, this is as close as I'll get to him performing. Because my mother wasn't having it. She was, you know, a Michael Jackson ticket 20 years ago will put you out like $100 per kid, and I had a sibling, a little sister, and she would have to go. That's $300, and $100 ticket doesn't guarantee you a good seat. So this was like my one chance to see. It was beautiful. It made me want to now go see The Lion King in, you know, because it was that kind of creativity times 1,000. Yeah, it was so creative. You know, they did the classics, you know, Thriller, Billie Jean, Beat It, Smooth Criminal, everything you would expect, because those are such iconic videos and images. That, you know, of course with Thriller they did the cemetery and the ghosts and the goblins coming out, and with Smooth Criminal they did you know, the part where they lean in, and in Billie Jean, of course, they had a lit walkway and did all the iconic moves. But when the way they treated other songs was amazing. And another thing, it made me want to, it was inspirational, that it made me want to step up my game creatively. Like, we all are creative in many different ways, but I mean, I'll never be creative like that, but whosever imagination that is, the fact that they brought it to life and put it out there for us to enjoy and have, like, thank you, because no one else can do what that person in Cirque du Soleil is doing. And kudos for those performers, because that's commitment. It really made me want to step up my game. And I know a lot of you who do makeup here on YouTube, you should really look at the makeup, just the stage makeup they had on. I mean, faces were beat, eyes cut, creases, the blues and the fuchsias and the Kelly greens, and you know, like, woo, everything was done amazing. Like, I could read it. My ticket had me sitting on the floor, and I could read their makeup really well, each person. Let's see. Yeah, it just made me want to step up my game creatively and just start from where I am and just put some commitment behind it, because what's up in here, nobody will know until I put it on paper, until I get it done. I don't think it'll be, you know, come out like Cirque du Soleil, but just be the best you can be. The costumes, amazing. I say amazing. Like, of course they are cut and designed right to each performer's body, but they were just as vibrant as the makeup. it was just a beautiful thing, you guys. I wish that all of you could see it, and hope that all of you can. I think it's going to be one of those shows that will probably end up having a permanent home, maybe Cirque du Soleil Las Vegas or Cirque du Soleil Orlando. I hope you all get to see it. I don't know what more I can say about it. This was just a truly awesome show, and I am so glad that I had the honor and privilege of seeing it. So bye bye. Thanks for tuning in.